What's some riding tips for riding in different weather conditions? Well, this is kind of a question that I get asked quite a lot by email or by comments. And the simple answer is, I suppose, well, dress for the occasion. Right, dress for the occasion. We're in the UK here, in the Northern Hemisphere, of course, we're going to be moving into the winter months. So you need to start dressing, motorcycle dressing, that is. But in general terms, I suppose you want to dress for the weather conditions that you're going to be going in, right? Or riding in. So waterproofs, warm weather gear, you might have heated gear, that kind of thing. There's a whole range of products out there that you can buy, that you can, add to your existing collection of clothing, whether it's protective clothing or, weatherproof, that kind of stuff. I've got to say, I love riding in the winter months. I love riding in different weather conditions. But I must say, I just don't enjoy putting on all the clothing. So if I can get away with not wearing any big, heavy waterproof jackets and trousers and big, heavy boots, then I just go in my normal riding gear throughout the winter. And if I just get cold for a little bit, or especially if it's just a short journey, then I'll cope with it. If it's a dry day, then I just go out in my normal riding gear anyway. I'm not that concerned about, warm weather clothing or wet weather clothing for short journeys. For longer journeys, I just put it on and away I go. So the whole idea is that you're dressing for the occasion. So let's just say if you're riding in hot temperatures, then again, if you want to have a certain level of protection, then obviously you can invest in lightweight motorcycle clothing, protective clothing. There's such a huge range now, and also there's a huge range of fashionable clothing, let's say, that's got built-in protection as well, built-in armor. So there's lots of things. You've got to be careful about fake clothing and fake things that you can buy for cheap market somewhere. They're just not worth anything really. They'll easily fail on you. And there was a big problem here in the UK in terms of fake helmets, fake back protectors, fake everything, pretty much, trousers, jackets and everything that would just fall apart if you had any kind of incident. Helmets would break apart, that kind of thing. I haven't heard so much of it recently, but this was a few years ago now. So, preparing yourself to ride in different weather conditions, it's all about what level of comfort you want as well. I'm a great believer in that you've got to maintain comfort when you ride a motorcycle, enough comfort that you can maintain your concentration as well. And also your mobility. You've got to be able to move on the bike. You can't have something that's really bulky that you can't even move. At the same time, you can't have motorcycle clothing that is just too hot and you just can't function, or conversely that keeps you just too cold. It doesn't protect you from the elements at all. So you need to have that. So all I would say is the best advice is just wear clothing appropriate for the kind of weather that you're going to be riding in. It's quite simple as that, and maintain a level of comfort and safety that you're comfortable with. That's the most important thing, because you could wear all the protection that you like, but you could still come unstuck, you could still be uncomfortable, you could still not focus properly. So the whole idea is that you wear the protection as much as you can, as the best as you can, within your budget, of course, and all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, you've got to be comfortable when you're riding there. So that's it. That's what kind of, what are the tips for riding in different weather conditions. And one of those tips is having appropriate clothing for the journey that you're going to do, the weather that you're going to be riding in, and also the kind of clothing or equipment that's going to keep you comfortable. If you like what I do here, keep on watching the videos, and I'll catch you again. Bye now.